안녕하세요, 미아입니다. 오늘 호그와트 레거시 또 해보도록 하겠습니다. 아 맞아, 나 가면 이걸로 했어요. 이 뒤에 얘 움직이는 거 몰랐네? 자, 가보도록 하죠. 내 캐릭터 얼굴 좀 보여봐. 내 캐릭터 뭔가 이 사운드 트랙이 좋아요, 저. 스카프 정도만 더 높은 공급이군요. 이렇게 있어도 되겠다. 뭐야? 맞아. 약도 만들어 놓을 수 있어요. 강화력 강화. 체력 어차피 10몇 초 안 걸리니까 얘를 하는 사이에 얘를 또 획득을 하고 강화를 해놓으면 되겠지요. 재료가 부족하네. 드레이크 공격력 말고 이거 저주 걸 때 대상에게 입히는 데미지 증가 이런 걸로 속성을 해봅시다. 이거도 괜찮은데. 페리오 컴플레인고 잠깐만, 얘가 더 좋잖아. 여기다가 짜야겠는데. 이거 교체 좀 하고 가야 됩니다. 얘가 아니라. 그 대신 외형을 이걸로 다시 잘 가려놓고 갑시다. 재능도 할 수가 있지요. 하나? 당신이 공격에 성공할 때마다 다른 적을 공격합니다. 이런 거 좋지. 서로 공격하게 하는 거야. 갑시다. 맞다. 치유약 가져가야 돼. 근데 이렇게 좀 버벅거리는 것 같지? 없네? 가자. 좋았습니다.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
교수 오랜만에 뵙죠? 어디야? 들어가! 아, 나 왜 오랜만에 오죠? 얘기합시다. 저 여기서 잤습니다.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else.
맞아. 로드 그
Lodgok knew
고블린.
Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he
이거
let her leave with
가렸으니까
it,
너무
despite
눈동자가
orders from Ranrock.
교수님이 아니라
I
나를
don't know
향해
what to
있는데?
say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not,
화장실이요.
it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing.
Polyjuice
A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
와우.
Doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy.
만반의 데뷔를.
Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
하하. 키가 일단 커지고. 아.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes
Hogwarts
that he can
Legacy.
convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Alright. Whew. I will have to act like Black. 자, 블랙 흉내를 내면서 갑시다. 뛰면 안 돼. And no running.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only
아니, no.
you'd
don't
asked
know.
me about a particular potion, and I
I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
뭐가 최선인지 네가 결정하죠.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
That was
Now,
weird.
to determine which student gets this rather unenviable.
되게 이상해. 아,
I
이러다가
wonder
다 마주치는 거
almost
아니야?
daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
날 붙잡지 않길 바라야지.
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply more...
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Professor,
Oh, no, no,
A
no,
word?
no, 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 no.
Professor Black. Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Oh, okay. 왜냐면 퀴디치 하고 싶어 나도.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in
With
the Great Hall.
pleasure.
Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
Let's go.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Where is Scroll?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move
안돼,
aside.
위즐리
Professor,
교수님.
I
Uh-uh.
need to speak to you.
No, 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 no.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
시간.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
So many students here.
Your master sees what a wonderful job.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
훔치?
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows,
Sure.
in French.
Ah, yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope.
not
I
bad.
confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
어? no. 막 트름 나오나 봐. 안돼. 숨어.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Ew.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked.
Now I'm back.
Now,
Yay.
to speak the password to the gargoyle.
오. So.
Handy resource indeed. Your
자, 교장실에 들어가 봅시다. 크리스마스 트리 너무 좋다. 크리스마스 느낌 너무 좋다. 이렇지?
Revelio.
어디 갔지?
Revelio. Accio.
된다. 그러니까. 예. 필드 가이드 페이지. 사운드 트랙이 좋아요.
What are you up to now?
Have to be invisible. 투명하게 갑시다. 살린다. 과연 이 멀네. 도장실로 가는 길이. 그래도 구경하니까 좋네요. 이렇게 레벨 2 안 돼. 예. 여기.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure.
toujours pure. Let's go.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
나왔다. 아. 야. 가고 있네.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
한잔 마시고.
That must be the pedestal.
책 속으로 들어가나 생각했는데 진짜 들어가네.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald, can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
투명 망토. 왜 키지 않고 지나가세요? 앉는 게 뭐더라? 왜 앉는다? 왜 안 들키고 가? 숨을 수가 없는데요?
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
알아서 하네. 빨딱 일치를 못하네. 일로 못 들어가나? 우와!
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere.
지금 최대한.
I need to time this just right.
이걸 지나간다고?
I see. A staircase straight ahead.
지나가죠? 들어가 코앞인데 이제. 아. 이게 뭐야?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
이거는 또 못 올라가네?
They're gone. For now.
어디까지 가?
I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
어떻게 지나가? 뛰어 뛰어 뛰어. 무섭네.
That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
이럴 때 건너가?
Nothing this way but more danger. There must be another way to find you.
다른 길이
I need to
어딨어?
turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance.
이거 이걸 이렇게 간다고?
That's the way forward.
신비한 망토. 오. 신비한 망토다.
I think I'm invisible.
풀어서 가는 건가 혹시? 가는 걸 수 있어.
They can't
와,
see
진짜
me
안
at
보이네.
all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now, where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
Keep searching.
Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
안 써지는데? 기술? 아 뭐야. 아 여기만 이렇게 있구나. 오케이 오케이. 아 이렇게 기본에 이렇게 있었구나. 싸우겠지 가서? 싸우고 이런 거. 네, 이렇게 신선하네요. 이런 분위기로 있으니까 신선하네. 여지가 나오는구나, 저 큰. 와, 쟤랑 어떻게 싸우냐, 이거만 가지고. 호그와트 그 큰이랑 싸웠나?
A simple stone. This must be for me.
You are far from
완료.
finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone. Neve.
Dear, sweet Neve.
Let us always honor her.
We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
뭐야?
Remember that as you witness my memory.
씨. 눈물 한 방울.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
Without asking her. 미쳤나봐. 저건 좀 아니지.
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
난 사이코 같아.
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
쳐. 에이, 그렇다고 남의 드럼을 막 저기 하면 안 되지. 허락도 없이. 진로 들어가 볼게요.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young. I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizard kind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was, and she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragbor.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Fire whiskey? 와, fire whiskey 뭐야? 궁금하네. 자. Yes. So, I'm done, right?
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
So he apologized. 사과를 했구만. I don't have this 봄바르다. 봄바르다? 포피 가야겠네, 포피. 다리를 건너가죠. 저게 누구더라? It's this guy.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
내 팀 얘부터 가자.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agapes Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and
의상도
Harlow.
바꿔야겠다.
Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
서 알아보고 옵시다. 모자 팔랑팔랑거리네.
Good thing the ministry banned
너무 이쁘고요. 장식 너무 이쁘다.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
위에 있는 거 맞아? 올라가야 되는 거였어? 여기도 있네.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up until I came home one night and found my husband gone and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
학생들이 해결한다는 게 참.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Okay. 우리끼리만 아는 걸로 합시다. 이러면서
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
한잔
I
마시고
hope it's
가자.
not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
두 명 더 만나러 갑시다. 그 마법사 옷가게 있다고 했거든요.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check that.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
고드름이다.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow, as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
잠깐 멍 때림. 누구야?
Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
쟤였나?
Hogwarts must have hundreds of owls in the owlry. When did they run like that?
Let's go. 나가서 네티에게 상황을 전달하도록 하죠. 얘는 또 엄마가 돌아다니지 말라 그래가지고 제가 물어보고 다녔어요. 하루 앞에 있음. 포피 만나러 가는 길에 네티가 있어서 네티 퀘스트 먼저 하고 있어요. 맞아요, 맞아요. 와칸다랑 비슷한 이름의 그곳에서.
She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll
또
find
찾으러
her
가야
there.
돼. 엄마가 외출 금지 시켜가지고. 뭐야, 여기 안에 있었네. 다시 가야 돼. 아직도 못 외웠어. 희한하죠. 막상 보면은 아 와가두였나 와가두. 그죠? 헷갈려.
Muggles have made life hard.
와가두.
No hard work and good luck.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
레벨 3짜리네. 진짜 크다. 너 어디 있냐? 응?
Revelio.
설마 납치된 거야?
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
아, 발자국.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio.
No pain, no fear.
미안하다. 기숙사 생활 기숙사 생활 하지 않을까요, 네티? 이거 난 고기 때리는 거 보는 줄 알았는데. 잠깐만, 이쪽이 아니거든. 정신 차려. 난 지금 친구를 찾으러 가야 한다고. 발자국을
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
은신처가 뭐 이런 데에 다 있냐?
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
까지 하고 옆에 하는 거겠지 뭐.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her
엄마 말 안
quickly.
듣고 괜히 설치고 다니다가 납치나 당하고 말이야. 돈은 내 거.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
그치, 투명 해놓길 잘했지. 헐렁거려. 여자를 미끼로 쓴다고? 죽이는 게 낫다는데? 발각되지 말고 네티를 찾으세요.
Just keep an eye out.
Say what you will about Feldcroft, but the estate is spacious.
I shall cast my eyes closer. Best.
아니, 아이고 씨.
Afraid to face me?
Expulsion!
What's the light go?
Reducto!
I know your kind. You wish me quick. Get out of here. Knew you were still hanging about. Aha! Back from board.
내 마법! 아이씨, 진짜 가젤? 그건 아닐 것 같은데? 내 마법이다. 뭐야, 저거. 가젤, 설마. 아까 포켓스미드 밖에 있었을 때 사랑이 죽는 거라다
Book of
너뿐이냐.
poems that was taken from
얻었고.
Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
사람의 모습이었지 않았을까?
Found ya!
And he must be here somewhere.
Potato! Incendio! That's the Bolshoi do, is it?
Confringo!
Death from above!
Expelliarmus!
He's had all that teaching in Expulsor! Potato! Perhaps you ought to give up. Incendio! Too slow. Expulsor! My best. What have you done? That's the best you could have. Now you've gone too far.
이렇게 죽는다 애들. 아, 내 티야. 어디 있나?
You found us. I knew you would realize. Over here. I need your help.
돈부터 먹어. 뭐야, 쟤부터 내와야 돼?
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been
그
abducted.
남편.
She spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
나 지팡이 있는데 네 지팡이? 뭐야?
Revelio.
My wand is somewhere in this room.
Mr. Abe's wand could be in there.
레벨 2 자물쇠도
Mr. Abe's
나오나?
wand. He'll be glad to have this
자,
back.
알겠습니다.
Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
라브를 기다리세요. 여기 얘도 풀어줘요, 베티. 베티, 네
Thank you,
지팡이.
Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your
아,
bravery.
여기 있는데? 네.
I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
너 잘 안
Very well.
싸우잖아.
But be careful.
같이 데리고
Thank you,
나가주세요.
my young friend.
아, 나
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must
납치된
pay.
주제에 잘 싸우지도 못한 주제에 나보고 다 싸우라는 거지. 난 나가는 길을 찾기. 나가는 거 어렵진 않을 거예요. 내가 이미 발각되지 않고 들어온 게 아니라 대판 싸우고 들어왔기 때문에.
Revelio.
이런 거 먹고 가야 돼. 하지만 쓸모없었다. 연애 편지 가져오고 왔다. 약혼한 사실을 기다리고 있다.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
이쪽에도 이런 거 먹고 가야 돼. 상자를 먹읍시다. 미확인 얼굴 장식이 떴고.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Here. Wingardium Leviosa. Descendo!
내려놔. 가자. Let's go. 아닌가봐. 그냥 상자 먹는 그건가봐요. 아. 이 짱 싫어.
Revelio.
아, 여기 내가 들어오면 되지? 길치인데 내 티는 하는 일이 없어요. 절로... 아파요.
Revelio.
네티야, 너도 길 좀 찾아라. 아, 여기다. 이미 나갑시다.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
이거 좋아하는, 처음엔 되게 좋아하는 친구였는데 갈수록 잘 모르겠어.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher.
Ah, troll slayer.
Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
그런 거 아니고 포피도 좋아하는데 귀엽잖아.
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
마법분 대체 뭘 하고 있는 거죠?
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
이건 또 몰래 저기
Natsai,
하겠지.
you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
내가 너 구해준 건데. 내가 너 구해준 건데.
That relic is the key to safety. I know it. Meet me outside of Feldcroft as soon as you can.
세바스찬.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead
아까
to Hogsmeade.
세바스찬이 아까 사과도 했어요. 자기가 고블린 친구에 대해 너무 그렇게 말해서 미안하다고. 사과도 하긴 했는데 제가 이거는 봄바르다라는 주문을 아직 배우지 못해서 아직 가지 못했어요. 이거라도 가야겠구나. 세계지도겠지? 이쪽으로 오죠. 뭔가 세바스찬 쪽이 이야기가 스토리가 재밌긴 한데 퀘스트 같은 거 할 때.
Wonder who lives here.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's
감사
your
인사인데.
doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon. After we tell Miss...
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as
여행 잘
well.
다녀오시고.
How can I help you?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
감사합니다. 이번 제복 입어야겠네. 딸랑하는 이 소리 뭔가 좋아. 이거는 잘 살펴.
Now, if you like what you bought, be sure to come in and see me again. Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
장비를 바꿔놓읍시다. 그게 아니라 의상이었죠? 와, 전설급 얻었고. 오케이. Let's go.
Revelio.
가이드 페이지. 훈련용 인형. 알지. 여기 상자가 있다? 오늘 얻었다.
Sebastian, a lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be
동생
there,
처음 보셨네?
I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Veldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in
저번에
touch.
구해줬더니 삼촌이 되게 싫어했잖아요. 얘가 세바스찬이
Solomon can't
저주받은
take Anne from
마법사서.
Veldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
삼촌이 그래서 만나지도 못하게 해요, 이제.
Sebastian.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Veldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need
모든
time.
깊이 관여하면 좋지 않은 것
For
같아요.
what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
생각보다 훨씬 복잡해지는 것 같은걸?
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice. Seems risky.
It'll be worth the risk. Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, we could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
만약 고발하면 어떡해?
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse and fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
알았어.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the
설득
four of us should
가능할까?
meet at
안
the
될 것
catacomb.
같은데.
Look for my owl. See you soon.
힘들 것 같은데. 자, 포피 만나러 가자 이제. 맞아, 포피 만나러 갔다가 딴 길로 샜죠? 맞아요. 할 게 많네요. 그리고 세 번째 시험은 나름 잘 치렀습니다. 다음번에는 네 번째 시험을 치르면 될 것 같아요. 그리고 나 이런 크리스마스 장식 너무 마음에 들어요. 이 겨울 느낌. 크리스마스 느낌 너무나 좋은 것.
I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village.
Over here.
한잔 하고 있었네? 잠깐만 나도 한잔 할게. 목이 마르네. 여기서 마실 수 있지 않나? 좀 마시고 싶어요. 케이크라도 먹어.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
나한테 알 있어.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you.
불편할까봐
I
안
didn't want to
물어봤대.
press it
뭐?
before. It
뭔데?
seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
그래, 포피한테 말해주자.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own.
Okay.
I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can.
갑시다.
I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
오케이. 여기 있었다. 아니네? 땅콩. 여기 있었네. 꿀꺽꿀꺽.
Folks still talk about you taking down that troll in the village.
그러니까 밤이라서
Revelio.
주인공 식사라니? 위태로운 냄비. 여기 위태롭네. 그거 시식이라고 하죠. 시식입니다. 또 그거 있는데 그거 경비원 갖다 줘야 되는데.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
부엌에 이렇게 구슬 들고 있는 거 있거든요.
What are we looking for today?
나 빗자루 혹시
That item is of the highest quality.
원래 5개였나? 혹시 업그레이드 안 되나요?
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
시식코너 없어짐. 요새 시식코너 없나? 마트에 옛날에는 막 시식코너 있었던 거 기억나는데. 진짜 그런 데서 식사 해결한 사람 있었을 듯, 간단하게.
Revelio.
슬쩍. 여기도 컵케이크 하나 먹자. 냠냠. 저 돈 되게 많아졌죠. 은근히
You are
쓰는
the
데가
talk of the
없어서.
school since you saved Mr. Rib and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
아, 여기서 또 자야 돼.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
포피 거도 할래. 미안 나사이 나 저기 용 쪽이 조금 더 궁금해서 용에게 다녀오겠습니다. 용 퀘스트.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
할 거예요. 얘도 또 대기해야 되나?
It's not like her to forget.
이거 춥겠다 야.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week
느낌
either.
나지 않아요?
Perhaps
다람쥐
she's busy with her research.
다람쥐 느낌 나 포피.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
그쪽에서 일하시는.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
어떻게 추적해?
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Okay.
Well done. You certainly know what you were doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one
할머니한테
place she may
배우면 될
have
것
been
같은데
heading.
그쪽은.
I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg.
포피를 따라가 보도록 하겠습니다.
Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
부화시키고 싶었는데.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
그냥 가지고 있으면 안 돼?
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No. It belongs to her.
그래.
Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
인정.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot.
Okay.
Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
나도 준비됐는데. 그러면은 안 들키게 가자. 소리 들린다.
There she is, above us.
저기
She
있다.
did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
뭐야, 뒷다 멀리 있는데? 토끼다. 나도 모르게 토끼 보니까 토끼 사냥하고 싶었었어요. 제가 이 게임 하기 전에 바람의 나라에서 토끼를 잡았거든요. 토끼야?
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
진짜 크네.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
천천히 오고
Let's
있다.
hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
용이 안 볼 수 있으려나? 죽어 있다. 투장 어쩌고 저쩌고.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other.
인력군의 편지.
Revelia. There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance. Prepare.
Fantastic.
와, 리온 진짜 멋있긴 하다. 안전하게 놓아주고 와야 할 텐데 무슨 일이 생길 것
How good
같은데.
her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep.
천하 훈육 마법 쓰고 있으니까.
How lucky for us.
아니요, 해리포터 정식 스토리 아닐 거예요. 그냥 해리포터 100년 전 그 시간을 기반으로 해서 좀 반영된 게 좀 있긴 하지 않을까요? 예를 들어서 블랙 교장은 시리우스 블랙의 뭐 증조인지 막 그렇다고 했으니까 아예 또 다르게 창조를 한 게 아닐까. 세계관만 저거 하고. 네, 그렇게 알고 있어요. 와, 그 스토리 같이 있었으면 좋았을 텐데. 어머, 뭐지? 아이고.
Or just raring for a fight.
그냥 난폭해져 있었던 것 같은데. 와, 무섭다, 야. 싸워야 되는 거 아니지? 5월 지나. 아니, 5월 지나 부재. 야, 이거 어떡해.
Over here.
이렇게 하면 되는데? 아, 오케이. 돌아서 가야 되는구나.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we know. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
She isn't making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me. I don't suppose she'd listen to reason.
오케이. 아니, 우리가 알을 돌려주러 온 건데.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
엄폐 안 한대. 진짜 나 왜 Q를 안 누르고 그랬지?
We're almost there.
그러네. 이걸 이 프로테고 했으면 됐는데 그냥 이 회피하느라 바빴어.
Why is every bridge here broken?
그러니까 맨날 내가 수리해줬다녀야 돼. 이미 다 부러뜨렸나봐요.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
와, 이쁘다 생긴 거. 알을 놔준 거라고. 근데 알이 되게 조그맣고 사실 좀 더 커야 되는 거 아닌가 이거? So cute. 부화하는 장면 보나 혹시? 야, 포피 떨어지겠다. 설마 만지니, 포피야? 아이고, 겁도 없다, 야. 잘못하면 삼켜지겠다, 저거. 아이고. 야, 너 만졌으면 그대로 죽었다, 야. 그래도 만지려다 말았어.
That was brilliant. And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
그러니까요, 손 넘을 뻔. 야, 우리 너 죽을 뻔했어.
That's rather generous, isn't it? She did try to kill us the entire time.
Only until she saw her egg, at which point I thought she rather warmed to us. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
왜 둘러보고 싶은 데가 나오지? 뭐가 있나 봐.
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
Revelio.
I wonder how long she lived here, or where she'll go now.
아, 포피에게 떠나라고 말해줘야 되는 거야? 그런 거 좀 먹으려고. 역시 뭔가가 있어. 오, 좋은 스카프 얻었다. 받고. 가도 될 듯?
Revelio.
맞아?
I can't believe any of what just happened.
Still taking it all in?
No, I think I'm ready to leave if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntowl Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Yeah.
How could I have been so blind?
왜? 무슨 일이야? 말해줘.
I beg your pardon, but would you mind helping out an old woman?
무슨 일이십니까?
Is everything all right?
Oh, bless you. Thank you for asking. I'm Betty. Betty Bugbrook. And no,
Betty
everything is not all right. It's my dear friend Hazel. She's in trouble.
Hazel?
Yes. Oh, she's a unicorn. Known her for years. She doesn't like to leave the forest, so I visit her once a week to brush out her mane and bring her some treats. Her coat is glorious.
호그와트 게임에서 나오는 유니콘은 멋있을 것 같아.
We were violently attacked by a pack of wolves. Hazel, loyal friend that she is, leapt in front to protect me, and in the process, I fear she may have been injured.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to help her, but she seems to have gone into hiding. Out of fear, I'd imagine. I know you Hogwarts students learn a fair bit about caring for beasts. Perhaps you could find my unicorn friend and get her somewhere safe so that she can heal.
한테 연락을 주시는 게.
How did you become so close with the unicorn?
It was luck, truly. I came across her when she was a little golden foal. Didn't even have a horn yet. Oh, she trusted me straight away. We'd play together for hours. Oh, I do hope she'll be all right. Unicorn hair is a valuable wand core, and I suppose losing a hair or two mightn't hurt her. But I'm terrified those poachers will want her for her blood, to keep themselves alive. And that is more than I can bear to think of.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for your unicorn friend and take her to safety if I see her.
Oh, you've a good soul. I can always tell.
근데 나는 유니콘이 아니라 용
Don't risk
그건데
your own
내
safety,
지팡이시는.
though. I don't know precisely where she is, but I can tell you that her den is north of Hogsmeade. And although I haven't been able to brush her lately, I
털
imagine
없고
she
그러긴 하나
still
보다.
has the brightest, most beautiful coat of her entire
컨트롤
herd.
궁금하네. 오케이.
Remember, you'll know her by
오랜만이다 고양이. 아이고.
I need to look for a unicorn with a beautifully bright coat. Sounds as if she's in trouble.
그렇죠. 그 용이 더 좋다 생각. 사실 불사조도 좋아 보이고. 여기구나. 호그스미드 살짝 벗어난 다음에.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
방금 보였는데 페이지.
Revelio.
여기다. 필드 가이드. 그림인데 뭐.
Hazel must be here somewhere.
무서워 보인다. 잡종견 방향. 잡종견이 있구나. 지나가.
Revelio. Come on, Hazel.
Hazel. 이쪽인가 봐. 헉! 어머. 어머. 안녕. 구출하라고? 아, 잠깐만. 오케이. 제발. 왜 주려는 거야? 아, 왜 이렇게 빨라? 아, 나 뭐 해야 되는지 알겠다. 멈춰. 미안해, 널 위해서다. 아, 거참.
No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm.
됐다. 아이고, 근데
Everything's all right now.
헤이즐 맞나? 아까 한 마리 더 있지 않았나요? 한 마리 더 있었던 것 같은데 내 착각인가? 합조된 거지? 더 있었던 것 같은데. 달려. 아, 저건 켄타로우스네. 유니콘 헤이즐은 어디 있을까요? 근처에 있을 거예요. 이거 같은데? 헤이즐이 아니었어. 크게 뜨고 봅시다. 근처에 있을 거예요. 근데 아주 내가 아까 본 게 2마리였거든요. 여기 나타날 거야. 여기가 둥지니까.
Revelio.
무서운 음악이 들려오죠 왜? 뇌 빨간 표시는 잡종견, 막 거미 이런 애들 몹들입니다. 나 된 거야? 새로운 퀘스트가 생겼는데? 호피랑 또 대화해야 된다. 뭐가? 헤이즈. 좀 잡종견이랑 좀 하고 있었나? 여기로 오라 그러네? 그래. 나 여기로 왔어. 유니콘 잡았는데? 구출을 하라는 게 이제 여기서 잡은 애를 뭐 비밀의 방으로 데리고 가라. Let's see. 어떻게 풀어주더라? 풀어주는 게 생각이 안 나는데 여기? 잠깐만. 있었는데 방법이 있었는데. 여기다가 비껴주면서 생각을 해보자. 좋아. 잘 넣고. 위치. 됐다. 됐다. 유니콘. 와, 유니콘을 이렇게 보네. 그냥 말 같다. 흰색인데 이제 뿔달린. 유니콘 털을 획득했어요. 근데 헤이즐이 아니었던 것 같아. 그래, 여기서 좀 있어. 일단은 요거 해야 돼요. 식별 좀 하고. 은퇴안경, 오케이. 그냥 뿔말, 이런 소리 냈을 때부터 그냥 그냥 말 같은데? 라는 생각이 들었어. 모자를 썼다가 빼니까 약간 허전하긴 하다. 이렇게 보상을 준단 말이지. 헤이즐 찾아야 되네. 그렇지만 그 사육하고 그 교배 그거 얘기 물어보고 있어 뒤에서. 관심 없다. 구출하라 그러네. 유니콘 하나 구출하긴 했으니까. 우리 저기 네티랑 말 한번 하고 네티 퀘스트만 하고 나의 연회장 쪽에 있었지. 네티 퀘스트 하고서 저 브로테이토가 계속 생각이 나서 브로테이토 좀 하고 그러고 왔습니다.
Off on another adventure, are we?
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
걱정하시지 당연히.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe. And he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my. That is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary.
무슨
And thank you for your kind words. We all have our
란록이랑
burdens.
로고드 걔네 패거리.
My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly.
고블린이
Soon
주인공을
you
좀
and I
노리고
will put
있죠.
an end to the
그때 그
Ashwinders,
포터키
beginning
호그
with Harlow.
교수랑 피그 교수랑
And
막
once he is gone,
포터키
we will
중요한
turn
거
our attention to
썼어가지고
Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed.
악당이랑 대립 관계
Thank
있다고
you
할 수
again
있죠.
for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
그 얘기하려는 거야? 끝이야? 오케이. 와, 분위기 봐. 너무 예쁘다. 야, 고드름까지. 아, 너무 예쁘다, 그죠? 저장 한번 하고.